Hello everyone, my name is Amy Rudd and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Talmadge, Ohio. I'm so happy to share the fun ideas with you created from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle today. The bundle can be found on page 48 of the July through December 2021 mini catalog. Here are some details about the bundle. There are 8 cling stamps and 10 dies in this bundle. I have created several cards and projects that I would like to share with you. Hope you enjoy and welcome to Demos Galore. This first card is a Votive Funfold card. It uses cherry cobbler for the base and the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper. I love how this could be used as an actual nightlight. It's adapted from a swap card that I received from fellow demonstrator Lori Monson. To create the votive effect, I die cut the DSP layer with the Pretty Pumpkin die and then added a layer of vellum behind it and then layered the die cut piece behind the vellum. This card that I wanted to share with you is a really fun Easel fold card. For this one, it features the technique of alcohol ink on vellum, and it also uses 2 of the layers of the Color and Contours dies from our annual catalog. For the pumpkin layer, I decided to use the blending brushes with pumpkin pie, cinnamon cider, and Bermuda Bay on the stamp. Then I stamped it and then die cut it. And I really love the ombre effect that was created by trying this technique. The next card I want to share with you is a Curvy pop-up card shared by fellow demonstrator Shirley Poole during a swap event. I used the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper to show the leaves in the background and then added some leaves from the Tidings and Trimmings bundle that was part of our new annual catalog. I stamped and die cut the pumpkins and then used our Stampin' Blends markers to finish off adding beautiful color to the pumpkins. The next card I want to share is a shutter card featuring paper from the new Cute Halloween designer series paper. Thanks to Nancy and Kayla from Stampin' Bay for sharing this original Funfold card with us. I wanted to show the cute Halloween paper along with the beautiful dies that were cut from the silver specialty paper in the new mini catalog. Here's another card that features the super cute Halloween designer series paper along with the gorgeous die cut from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle using the silver specialty paper that can be found in the mini catalog. The die cut pumpkin is attached to the right side flap of the card and tucks behind the boo sentiment. For this next card that I'm sharing with you, it features the use of the postage stamp punch from our annual catalog. I stamped it with the Pretty Pumpkin stamps and then used the Stampin' Blends marker to color in the stamps. I also added ribbon in a coordinating color by using pale papaya and coloring it with the Old Olive Stampin' Blends marker. This card features beautiful pops of color. I combined the use of blending brushes and splatter painting to get the background. Then I used a piece of vellum as an overlay. Then I layered in pieces of the ombre specialty paper under the beautiful stamp from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. The next card I'm sharing with you features the beautiful designer series paper, Beauty of the Earth. For this card, you simply cut that layer for the top, then you trim off an edge and flip it over to showcase both sides of the designer series paper, along with the die cut stamp from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. The next card I want to share with you is called a Crisscross Fold. It was shared by fellow demonstrator Paula Nicely. This card really shows the beauty of the gold shimmer ribbon, along with the beautiful Beauty of the Earth designer series paper, and of course the pumpkins from the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. The next fun card I want to share with you is an adaptation on a beautiful designed card created by our own Rachel Tessman. This card goes vertical instead of horizontal, and it holds a little gift in the middle, which you can fill with fun things like, for example, in mine, I put a Keurig K-cup, or you could put a piece of candy or any other idea that is light enough to fit in the box and sit on the card itself. You can see how I cut the hole, and I used our paper trimmer, scoring and cutting that piece out of the middle to feature the hole for the box, and then it just sits up on the card when you're finished. I propped the middle of the card like a stand, so it's also a fun fold in a sense. I layered on pumpkin pie designer series paper and added stamps from the Pretty Pumpkin bundle, along with the dyed cut leaves that are part of the bundle. Hope you like how this project turned out. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you how to make this Easel fold card, which is one of my favorites of all time. Start with a base cardstock of Early Espresso, which will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Next, we're going to use the cutting blade on our trimmer, and we're going to cut our white piece for the card layer. That's going to be 4 by 9 1/4. And then we're going to use the scoring blade on our trimmer, scoring it at 5 1/4, which will leave an even 4 inches on the other side. Before we add our white piece to the base of Early Espresso, we need to make sure that we score it to make the easel. So we're going to score it from the bottom of the inside score line, which is at 4 inches, to the top left corner. This creates the easel, and then we'll be able to mount our designer series paper on that piece. So we have to line it up in the channel of the trimmer from that top left corner to the inside bottom right corner of that 4 by 4 piece. For the next step, we're going to attach the white piece to our base cardstock. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some Tombow glue to the piece of white. Then we're going to center it on our piece of cardstock. The nice part about using the glue is it gives you a little bit of wiggle time before it's dry, so you can gently move it around from side to side to get it in just the right spot. I'm leaving about a 1/8 inch border all the way around. Next, I'm going to attach the piece of designer series paper, which is cut at 4 inches by 4 inches, to the stand piece of the white. In this next step of the card, this is really important to make sure you only add your glue or your tape runner to the lower half of the square, which is the bottom triangle of this piece. Now I'm going to use the Pretty Pumpkin stamp and stamp it in Early Espresso on a piece of basic white that's been cut from the Color and Contour dies and shortened to make it an exact square. I'm also masking off the corners so that when I stamp, the stamp doesn't show on the scalloped edge of the piece that I cut. I chose to add the Gather Together sentiment to the top of this scalloped piece that's going to be mounted on the easel fold of the card. Now that my stamp and sentiment banner are finished, I'm going to go back into them with my Stamping Blends markers and Wink of Stella to give it a finished look. So in this card I'm demonstrating for you, rather than stamp on the empty edge of the card, I decided I wanted to add a bow. So I'm demonstrating here for you how I created a fork bow, and I call it a faux bow, which I learned how to make from Ashley Carlson. And I'm going to attach this to the card on the other side and add that pretty gold to the card to give it that beautiful softness. So we're almost finished with our card. The last step that we need to do is decide how high up we want the stand to be placed when we are displaying the easel. So I'm now going to add a dimensional to the back of the piece that I'm using as the kickstand holder to prop the display easel upright when I open the card. This piece was created by stamping and die cutting this piece of vine from the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set. I also colored it in with the Stampin' Blends marker. I picked the colors that I thought would accent the Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper. So here we have our finished card. I hope you enjoyed seeing how this card was created. I hope you also like the Pretty Pumpkins bundle and enjoy the rest of Demos Galore. Thanks for watching!